So what you're going to need to know today is that inside of the tote there is a little list of things so that you'll know what goes back in the tote. Also, you'll have to know how you're going to get your video from me, and you'll have to know why it's important to name your project. Okay, welcome to the Minecraft stop animation video, tutorial video. So this is what comes in the kit, and I'm just going to show you what comes in it because that's the same thing that's got to go back into it, and it's really easy to figure out. There are 20 pieces that are like the TNT here or this building block. There are 20 of those, and there are 4 little characters. There's this little guy on some type of a spider. No, I do not know the story of Minecraft, but I can teach you how to make a stop action video about it. And then there are these 2 little creeping guys, and then there is this little fella here who somebody told me, I think his name is Ted maybe, I don't remember. So anyways, those are what comes in it. 4 little people and 20 pieces here, including this. Now this is what you will put the iPod mini into, and that way you can change the, I'll hold it up to you to the side. Let's see here. So you can change the angle of it based on where you have it setting. And that's what you would put in front of this in order to take the video. Okay, so now here we are, and we're looking at the set. Now the set comes with a backdrop, which has 2-sided, and it comes with 2 of those. So you have 2 backdrops, and then it comes with this green board right here that everything sits on. And you can see by the size of my hand how tiny things are. But it's not going to matter because you're making a video that's going to be fairly close up, so it's going to look much bigger. So, when you're making the video, there is a way to make people appear as if they've jumped. And I'm going to try to show you that now. Okay, so let's get very close here. Okay, so now in the video, if you want to make somebody jump, the first frames you take are with this one white, one clear in it, and then you take the frame, and then, which I'll talk to you about in a minute, don't worry about that, and then you add one, and you take it, and then you add one, and then you take it. Now he's jumped straight up. So if you wanted him to jump this way, you would start him here, and then have him go here, and then have him go here, 3, and then if you want him to come, he can't just stay up in the air, and we all know physics, he's got to go back down again. So you'd take a shot there, and then you'd take a shot like that, okay? Whoops, like that. So it goes, 1, then 2, then 3, then 2, then 1. So it looks like he goes up into the air and then back down again, because you can't just, jump up in the air and just kind of hang out there. I guess Mario Brothers did. Okay, so let's take these little clear ones out of the way. And the storytelling, that's all going to be on you guys. Alrighty then, let's talk for a second about the iPod mini. This is something that I'm wanting you to use, definitely, but that you do have to make sure that you're careful with. Please don't drop it, please, attempt not to drop it, and treat it really nicely. The way you wake it up is like right now it's totally asleep. I'm trying to get a better shot for you here. Okay, so right now it's totally asleep. So you wake it up by pushing this button that's on the bottom. So I can get a better shot of it. Oh well, there's a button right here. You just push it and it wakes up. Swipe it and it brings up the key code pad. The key code is 2016, so 2016. And the iPod will come out of sleep. Now I have it right here already pulled up into the Minecraft video. But if you wanted to get to that, it will normally come up into this screen right here. And swipe to the side and you'll see the Minecraft right there. You just touch on it and it opens it up. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is to remember, name your movie. Other people will be using this too. And when you're ready, you know, we'll get it downloaded. It goes right to my cloud account, so I'll just get it to you. So then you're going to put your, we'll call this test movie, okay? And then you push done. Okay. So the font of you're making your movie poster. This is like the splash screen. This is the opening screen of your movie. So you can make the background a different color. I mean the font a different color. And you can tell it to pick a different font here, but for some reason ours are grayed out. So anyways, we're going to say okay on that. See up here in the green in the corner. Okay, one of the problems that I have is that my hands don't have enough heat in them to often do that. Okay, so there we've got our splash screen, and you can pick the backgrounds for your movie. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it here with this one and go to the next one. Now, add a new frame from the camera or from the library. Now, we're going to add it from the camera because we're making the movie right now. Okay, so it says, yes, let it allow it to use a camera. Okay, so then when you say that, this part will be facing you, and the part that's taking the picture right here will be facing towards your stuff. So now you've got it all loaded up there, and I can see what it's looking at here. So maybe I want to have my little guy not quite so close, and maybe he's going to come up against him at night or whatever. I don't know. There's a little knife here somewhere. So let's say that I want this to happen here. I'd tap the screen then to take my first picture. Okay, now you can see that it's saving it. And now I can turn him, tap, turn him, tap. I'll try to set it down. A couple of tips here. First of all, once you've positioned your camera in a place, don't move your camera around because it changes things. Even a little bump will be a big hiccup on your camera. When you're moving your people, only move them a little bit at a time because they're going to it's going to run them all together so that he'll look like he's doing that. So that's, you know, really important to not be in an area where you can't control people bumping your thing and knocking it all over because. Okay, so first let's take a look at these three little things. This first one right here, that's the preview button or the playback button. The one below it, that's autofocus. The one below it is called onion scan, and I'll tell you about that in a second. This little green one that's green right now, but if I touch him, he turns not green. This is a path or a guidelines button, and just below it, I'll touch it so you can see it. It's like a little clock with a line through it. That's a timer button. So the first two you probably don't need too much tutorials on, the playback and the autofocus. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Let's talk about the onion scan. Okay, the onion scan is a really cool feature of this software that allows you to, what it does is I'm going to use, let's see, I'll use this guy, this red brick. Let's say that I wanted to move this red brick from here, you know, like over to here, but I wanted to do it gradually. So I'm going to turn on my onion skin by touching it and turning it green, and now it's on. And then I'm going to take my first picture, and then when I go to move this, if I put my hand in front, see that little shadow? That shadow is kind of like a little translucent copy of the last picture you took. So that when I'm moving this one, I can look at that onion skin and see how much to move it. And I take another picture and it resets the onion skin to this one. So that if I want, see if I want to move it back this way, you can see the outline of where it used to be right here. So that's how an onion skin is used, so that you can take pictures and control how fast you're turning something by actually looking at it in its as it goes. Okay, see the onion skin there? Okay. So let's talk about the guideline one, which is like this little green one right here. That allows you to draw guidelines. Come on. On your screen here. Okay, so the only thing I haven't talked to you about is this little button down here. It looks like a clock with a line drawn through it. This button, if you click it, it turns on, and you can choose 3 seconds or 10 seconds. And what this is it automatically takes a picture every, whatever you set it at, 3 seconds or 10 seconds, where you can just leave it off. And that way you don't have to keep coming back to position things. You can just listen for it to go click, and you can move it, click, move it, click, move it, click. So it might help you out. So that's what that is. That's an automatic timer back there. Okay, so one of the things you have to make sure is that when you're all done, you put everything back in the tote, and there's a little list on the inside of the tote that tells you how many of each things are in there. Also, make sure that your project has a name. That way you can get it later when you want to have a copy of it. And congratulations, you're done with this tutorial. And click on the online quiz to take it.